A group of small business owners are getting creative to deal with the rising retail theft.
Instead of calling 911 for nonviolent theft, business owners in the Bronx are now part of a WhatsApp group with the NYPD where they will share photos and videos of suspects, already leading to a number of arrests.
Police are also giving out their personal numbers to business owners to allow for a more direct response. Here now, Fox News contributor and former NYPD Inspector Paul Morrow. Paul, good to see you. Thanks for being with us, and congratulations on the contributorship.
Thank you. Great to be here.
So we do a lot of stories where we're a little down on law enforcement. I could tell I love this story. I don't love 911. It seems to be broken, but you have local law enforcement giving their numbers to shop owners to go, you call us directly. We're going to come and help you out, and it seems to be working.
It does. This is, to me, a little bit of a policy success, but also a policy failure. And you put your finger on it. What happened to the 911 system that costs us billions that's supposed to work? Let's unpack this a little bit. The teams responding to this are the old anti-crime teams. They've rebranded them, but that's who it is. They're supposed to be, under their original incarnation, out there in plain clothes looking to make gun arrests, take guns off the street. There's so much pressure now to try to do something about all of this shoplifting. It's become such a pandemic that now they have these guys responding to shoplifting. Now, that's great that it's working. But, you know, there's also some legal issues embedded in it. For instance, they're putting stuff onto WhatsApp, and it sounds like they're using it as some version of a database. When you go around the officially sanctioned way to do the work, you run into issues, let's say, pertaining to discovery. What happens when they got to go back if you have a complicated case that goes from a shoplifting into, God forbid, something more serious, and now you got to do heavy discovery that's got to go into court? Can you get it from WhatsApp? Is it tainted? The NYPD has a little bit of an unofficial motto, which is just called "Make it work," right? It's kind of the northeastern version of "Get her done," right? And the idea is that they have to punch through. These guys, you know, God bless them, the cops have to punch through so much bureaucracy and red tape to get, and they want to do the work. That's what's so amazing. You know, that guy that got attacked in Times Square with the cop, he was a lieutenant. That guy could be in the rear with the gear, but he's out there doing God's work. And, you know, nobody joins the police department for the money. These guys are trying to do the work. They're trying to find a way to make it work. And it's just unfortunate that they have to come up with all these workarounds.
Right, and then they have to rely on the district attorney and the prosecutors to actually prosecute these crimes. And with shoplifting, they don't. That's
right there. That's the answer. That you're 100% right.
They don't prosecute.
They won't prosecute it. And if a shoplifter decides to fight with a security guard, now this misdemeanor larceny, which isn't tracked and so it doesn't show up really in the crime numbers, is a robbery, and it is tracked. So everybody is disincentivized of going through the normal routes and trying to stop this stuff. Even the commanding officers, they don't want those felony robberies.
Right.
Yeah, just I would quickly note that if you have a complicated case and you have to use WhatsApp, it's better that you have a complicated case than no case at all. Which
Certainly
is
true, especially if you're a store owner.
Let's go to this. Another thing making it easier to steal. Self-checkout. Nearly 1/3 of Gen Z shoppers admit to using the machines so they can shoplift. I thought they were going to use this because it's easy to get through. Paul, they're using it because they're shoplifting from the stores.
Yeah, and they tell themselves that this is some sort of social this is like nonviolent protest, right? How very convenient, you know, theft is.
I've heard that. I'm so angry at this store because they don't have my toothpaste that I like. And so I'm going to just steal the one that I was forced to not pay for.
And I'm going to stick it to the man, I'm going to stick it to the corporations, and I'm going to stick it to the insurance. You know, that's the great workaround, by the way, that Gen Z has come up with. It's the insurance companies will cover it. And there doesn't seem to be an understanding of the cause and effect in the way insurance and the idea that rates go up and that amount is passed on to the consumer. They just say, and look, I've experienced this as well. I've known people as well. It's okay, you know, it's going to be passed on to the insurance. And in fact, that was some of the justification of for what we saw in 2020 in the summer of love. Well, we burnt the store down. It's okay. The insurance will pay.
You know what? They can hate capitalism and want to steal from corporations. We should give them free plane tickets down to Venezuela and see how they like socialism.
Oh, yeah. Go shoplift in Havana, see how that works
out. But these dopes, you're shoplifting at the self-checkout. You're being recorded. Yeah. You're being recorded, you idiots.
You're going to end up on WhatsApp.
That's right. Paul Morrow, always a pleasure. Thanks for being here in person. Good to see you.